Hey guys, it's Greg. In this video, I would like to show you a preview of Holo Pact, the game by Studio Midhall. This is a prototype of the game, so keep this in mind. In this game, you are going to play as a beast or as a scoundrel. So this game is for three players in the end, at least in this prototype. One beast, two scoundrels. And each of the, let's say, sides or factions are going to have a little bit different winning condition. But in general, the scoundrels are trying to escape from this town with this small trinket stolen from the beast. And the beast is trying to get this artifact trinket, is trying to get it back. So a little bit different goals, but mechanics in the end are quite the same when it comes to those two factions or sides of the conflict, or whatever, however you want to call it. Well, one player is going to win, the rest is going to more or less lose. There is like a pity win also, but everybody wants to win in the end. So this is a Holo Pact. As I said, this is a prototype. So in this prototype we have one beast and two scoundrels, and I don't know what else is going to be introduced in the final product, so we will see. If you are interested in this title, just check out the rest of this video. As you can see, Holo Pact is on a table, so I've set up the game, but all the components are revealed. They shouldn't be. At the beginning of the game, only the bottom tiles should be revealed, at least during this setup that I prepared. Those setups can be different because, as you can see on this left-hand side, we have those tiles, and those tiles tells us how we should set up each part, each section of our game board. But I want to show you all the game board, so that's why it's uncovered. Everything is revealed. So in Holo Pact, this is a game for 3 players. One player is going to play as a beast, and 2 players are going to play as scoundrels. And the goal of the game is to, well, survive and escape the village. For the scoundrels, and for the beast, it is to get the artifact. And now let me tell you about the components and elements of the game before I will explain you how to play the game. So the board is built with those tiles like this. I'm going to show you over here. Close up. So on those tiles we have locations and different elements that are influencing how the game is going to play. So in here we have a bridge that can collapse if you're going through the bridge, or we have a mist, and if you go through the mist you're going to get a stress token, and we have those landmarks that each of them is going to work a little bit differently depending on the section of the town. In here we have information that the cog token is going to be placed on this location. So this is a outskirts, so the locations at the top of the board, and in here we have a village, so village is on the bottom of this board, and this in the middle section, this is the biggest part. It's like a 1.5 miles, something like that, of those tiles. It's inner city. Oh yeah, and in here I have inner city tiles. So you're going to create this board using different tiles. It's going to be different every single time, changing the position of different locations and so on. So this is the game board. Now we have different components like the gates that are blocking the way to the upper part of the town. You're going to open them, mostly trying to just exploding them using the cogs. And we have 3 miniatures. So we have 2 miniatures for the scoundrels. So we have Askel and Olga. Here we have miniatures for them. And we have 1 beast in this prototype, Urgul, and this is something like this spider-like monster. And we also have like one, at least in this prototype, 1 card that you're going to use to blow up the gates, for example. A part of the game board, we have 3 player boards. So 2 player boards for scoundrels. So this is Askel. In here we have tokens of stamina. You're going to use them to perform actions, health, the threshold of sanity, and the different skills that this Askel can use. If this sanity threshold is met, you need to change it to insane part of your game board. This is the opposite side, and in here you're going to have different elements, and if you have 8 or more stress at the end of your turn, you die. So the goal of the beast is to kill one of the scoundrels and get this artifact. So this is the way to killing, not only damaging the scoundrels, but also trying to lose their sanity. But you're going to start with the same side. And this is it. The board for monster is a little bit different, because in here we have skills, but also upgrades that you can get doing specific actions in a game. And of course, maybe not of course, but also the monster is going to use 4 stamina tokens, while the scoundrels are going to get only 3 of them. Another part are those cards. So there's a deck of deed cards, and each of the players is going to use those cards. Scoundrels and beast also. So those are universal cards that you can use them and perform different actions. I am going to tell you more about them in a second. Another thing that is interesting in this game are those cages with artifacts. So we have one real artifact and one fake. So this is the real one, and this is the fake one. So during the setup, you're going to shuffle those cages with hidden artifacts, and each of the characters, each of the scoundrels is going to get one. So nobody knows who is carrying which of the artifacts, at least at the beginning of the game. Obviously, during the game you can uncover it and use it to end the game. So this is the goal of the monster, to get this original, not fake artifact. And when the beast gets it, this is the win of the game. So in here we have knives in the dark, so it's like a scenario, I think. And in here we have different outcomes, so like different goals for each of the sides. When it comes to Scoundrel outcomes, we have 3 levels of it. So legendary feat, escaped with cargo. So this is like ultimate winning condition for a Scoundrel player. Second one, bitter survival, escape without the cargo. So this is like a second place. And defeat, die, or the beast reclaimed the cargo. So the fail, to be honest. Now beast outcomes, legendary revenge, reclaim the cargo. So this is only your goal, just to get the cargo, and you are the winner. There is a bitter aftermath, cargo escaped, but other scoundrels died, so at least one scoundrel died, and you have a bitter aftermath. And defeated, all scoundrels escaped. There is also a twist of a fate, Dark Pact. A cursed scoundrel performs a corrupted act for the beast. The scoundrel and the beast emerge victorious together. So, and this information tells you about another mechanic in this game. Curses, that the beast can curse our scoundrels, and one of them is twisting the, role of the scoundrel, and thanks to that, scoundrel and beast can win together. And another thing, maybe let's go through all of those. Escape routes. In order to escape, you must complete both of your hidden agendas. Your escape route is determined by the hidden agendas with the highest value. So we have another mechanic in this game. Now let me show you those hidden agendas, which are over here. So each player, each scoundrel is going to get those cards, I think 2 of them, and you are going to, you have to complete your objective. And in here we have a number. So this number shows you which way you should escape the village. On the top of the board we have 3 tiles, this boat, wagon, and I don't know what is it. gate, let's say. So those numbers tells you which escape you should use. So if I would have those 2 cards, this card with the lower number tells me which way I should exit. So my exit is going to be through this cave, let's say. But both of my objectives must be completed to finish the game. So we have a lot of these, and I just want to show you some graphics, because again, this art design in this game is quite unique. I love how it looks like. Okay, burst of calamity and carriage unseen. So those are the goals for Scoundrels. So here, for example, same objective: shove a beast through mist. So basically push beast through a location of mist. In here we have a mist location. So if we would push the beast through it, the objective is completed. Dispel a curse, and your turn 6 locations away from the beast, and so on and so on. So different objectives that you need to complete. Also, the beast also gets their own objectives, like unlock 3 upgrades, all scoundrels are cursed at the same time, and so on and so on. I'm not going to go through all of them, but those objectives are not the condition of winning the game. They are going to give different rewards to beast, basically. So it's like a boost for the beast completing the objectives. So I already told you about deeds, and now let's go through remnants. So we have a deck of remnants, and those remnants are hidden in on different locations. So in here we have tokens for each of the types of locations on a board. So we have 4 of them, and those locations are also on a map. So we have this house, we have this pond, forest, and I don't know what is it. And those tokens are assigned to different cards at the beginning of the game during the setup. And when you are playing as a scoundrel, you can do salvage action to get one of those cards in this specific location. So if you're in a house, you can get this mist lantern, for example, and after that you need to put new card over here so you can get another item in a different location. So those are remnants, and maybe again I will show you the art on those cards. Gain 2 deeds, look at the face down escape route. So as I said, those tiles should be face down, and only one escape route should be face up. So you need to find your way through the village. Career construct, elixir, very nice things. Sneak 1. Right, so those are the remnants. Here we have more cards of those deeds. There's quite a lot of them, and we have a lot of different arts. I think each of the cards is unique, I think. Yes, each of them are completely unique, so it's very, very cool. Now, another element is those tiles. Those tiles represent rituals, and those tokens over here represents spirits. So we have 3 colors. You need to assign each of the colors to different player, also to the beast. And if you have the most spirits on a ritual tile, so for example in here red player has the most spirits on the tiles, this player can perform this action warp, move 1 and gain 1 spirit if you are playing as a scoundrel, and for the beast in any order, move 1 and gain 2 spirits. So those are the rituals that you can perform. And I think those are all components on the board. Maybe I will show you also those setup tiles used during the beginning of the game, and when it comes to the middle section and the top section, those are going to be revealed when you enter this specific part of the board. So after moving from the village to this middle section, you're going to uncover this middle setup tile and prepare the board. So what we have here, this is the last key setup. Reveal District 1, Scoundrel starts on a house. So if that would be District 1, both of our Scoundrels would start in here. Then we have information that reveal District 3, the beast starts on their terrain type. So the terrain type of this beast is this, I don't know what is it. So it's going to start in here and draw 2 cogs, place them on the districts matching the numbers on their back. They are the lost keys, and place a gate at the top road of each district. So at the beginning of the game, all those 3 districts are blocked, and you need to open one of the gates to go to middle part of the board. Now, how you can open the gate in this setup? The gate pick up lost key. So when both cogs are nearby the gate at the same time, it opens. So you need to find the cogs. You need to carry them to the location next to the gate, and thanks to that, you are going to open it. After that, when you enter this upper part, then you reveal this one, and accordingly to the previous tile, you need to do the setup and read all the additional rules that are going to be used in this middle section, because each of them are going to be played a little bit differently. Now, what each player can do in their turn. So let's go through this player aid, and this is a player aid for Scoundrels. So when starting your turn, check to see if you have the most spirits on a ritual. If you do, you may perform those rituals immediately. So as I told you, we have rituals here. If you have the most spirits of your color on a specific ritual, you can perform it, and you can perform even all of the 4 rituals if you have the most spirits on each of them. So here we have those spirits. Then we have during your turn, and you can perform your actions as long as you have points like stamina or spirits to do your actions. So you can spend your stamina, so those tokens that are put on your player board, so those like these, you can use them to perform different actions. You can also get like temporary stamina tokens. Those are yellow, and those are going to be used only in one turn, and after that you're going to discard them. So let's go back to the player's aid, and during your turn, what you can do, you can spend your stamina on playing deeds and remnants, your abilities, each once per turn, performing actions on the landmarks, and okay, so let's go through those actions. Let's start with player board, and those symbols represents how many stamina points you need to spend. So in here you need to spend 1 stamina point. In here you have to spend 2 stamina points. This is like without the spending, and this one is when you spend your spirit, because you also can gather your spirit on your player board and use it to perform different things. So you can move. Basically, you're just moving and that's it. Then if you have 2 or less deeds, so cards, those are your specific cards, you can gain 1 spirit. You can shadow walk, so move 1 and gain 1 stamina for next turn. Rest, gain 3 deeds, and swap, exchange cargo. So those are your actions from your player board, but I also mentioned that you can play your deeds, and each of the deeds also have this cost in the upper left corner. It also shows you how many points you need to spend to perform this specific action. So we have costs from 0 to 3. And you also can spend your stamina to perform actions on the landmarks. So as I said, those landmarks can work differently depending on the section of the board. So landmarks on the bottom, and those are marked with this face, those landmarks are going to work like this: gain 1 spirit and 1 deed. But if we would check the landmarks in the middle section of the village, in here we have information that tend the flames, place or remove a fire token on any location in your current district. So in here, this is the way to spread fire. Fire is going to inflict 1 damage to Scoundrels, so this is the way to kill them. And now this is the way, those are the places where you can spend your stamina, but also you can spend your spirit. You can spend spirit to put it on the ritual, so those tiles that I mentioned previously, but you also can use them on your abilities. So this ability on your player board in here, and different are going to be in here. In here you can sneak creep. So sneak is basically a move, but you're not going to get negative effects if you are sneaking. Because, for example, we have bridges, and if you go through the bridge, the bridge is going to collapse, and you need to put the right token on the bridge to represent that this bridge is collapsed, and no other character can go through this bridge. But if you sneak, the bridge is going to be safe and not destroyed. So sneaking is very useful, and sneaking is also useful when you are going through different through the mist, and when you are entering upper level of the village. So spirits are used for rituals, abilities, and performing actions on the landmarks also. In this example that we have, all the landmarks are going to use stamina. Right, so you gain stress token when you reveal a new district. So when you enter a district and you move into a district, not sneak into it, or you move through the mist. So every time you go through the mist, you're going to get stress. So the stress is drawn from the bag. There are different numbers on those tokens, so you don't know what you can get. There's even 3, and if your threshold is 4 or 5, you can be very close to losing your sanity. So those are your actions that you can perform in your turn, and at the end of your turn, at the end of your turn, in this order, you can perform another things. You can plead, a deed, or remnant. So all of those cards, remnants and deeds, they also have those tokens over here, and not tokens, icons. Those icons over here, and those icons represents how many spirits you're going to get when you plead this card. So basically, well, you discard it, and thanks to that, you can accumulate more spirit. Next thing that you can perform is spend unused stamina to gain spirits. So again, if you left some stamina, you can get spirit. Check any condition triggered at the end of turn. Remove stress if you ended up in a house, and check your sanity. So if your sanity is you met the threshold, you need to change your player board to the other side. And using those mechanics, you need to go through the village from the top to bottom. For scoundrels, you need to have the right relic, I mean the real relic, not the fake, and you need to complete your objectives to escape, and then escape the village. For the monster, you need to obtain the real relic, and the monster is a winner then. What is very cool that twists this game is those relics are hidden in those cages. So as I said at the beginning, nobody knows where is the real relic and which scoundrel is carrying the real relic. There are the ways to check what's inside. Scoundrels can swap those cages with each other if they are on the same location. So this is the way to manipulate with the beast, but you need to also remember that in the end only one player is the winner. So you can when you are going to swap those cages, those cargoes, each of the players is going to close the eyes, a part of the player who is exchanging the cargo, and this player can pretend that they are exchanging it or keep it, especially if this scoundrel is playing in this beast team. So there is this manipulation element that can influence the game greatly, and you also can fool your friend scoundrel, or you can fool the beast, depending on the team that you're playing in. So this is very interesting mechanic. So those are the actions that each scoundrel can perform. And now let's go to the beast. So beast can do very similar things. At the beginning, you can also use the rituals as scoundrels, so those from the right hand side, and during your turn, what you can perform. Again, you can spend stamina on playing deeds and curses. You can use your abilities, perform actions on the landmarks. You can spend stamina on rituals, your abilities, and performing actions on the landmarks. So in here we have this element of curses, and there is a deck of curses, and each scoundrel can have up to 2 of those, and you are going to put those curses on scoundrels to influence how they are going to play. So, for example, curse a scoundrel at the end of your turn, discard all your remnants. If you have no remnants, suffer 1 stress, and this scoundrel can dispel this effect, removing a stress with value 2. Or mist-bound. Play when a scoundrel moves or sneaks through mist. The scoundrel does not pass through the mist, and they stay in the same location and suffer 1 stress. So in here we have different surprises that beast can do during the scoundrel turn. For example, play when a scoundrel moves over a bridge, the scoundrel suffers 1 damage. Very negative effects that can happen, and also in those curses. There is this specific curse, we're all mad here. Curse a scoundrel. At the end of your turn, give 1 of your stress to another scoundrel. Dark Pact. If another scoundrel dies by stress while you are carrying the cargo, you and the beast win. And dispel another scoundrel discards 4 spirits. So this is the way to change how this 1 scoundrel is going to play their game, and now they are going to play with the beast. But unfortunately, the deck of the curses is going to be shuffled, so you never know what you are going to get. So changing the dynamics of the game and the team of 1 of the scoundrels can happen or maybe not. And at the end of your turn, you may plead a deed or curse, spend unused stamina to gain spirits, check any conditions triggered at the end of turn. So very similar to action turn of the scoundrels, but there is this additional effect of curses that beast can apply to the scoundrels. And at the end, I think I should also mention this card. So this card is also used to blow up those gates, those doors. So you have to put the cogs into the cart and push it, and when it crashes, it's going to explode and reveal an open door to another section of the village. And this is it. This is Holo Pact. So this is a game for 3 players, with 1 player playing as a beast and 2 players are playing as scoundrels. This is a prototype, so I am telling you only the mechanics that we have in this prototype. So if you are interested in this title, just check out the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.